So you see a headline that DoorDash missed on its latest earnings, and you probably think, uh-oh, that's not good, right? But what if I told you that miss wasn't a mistake at all? What if it was actually the plan? A massive multi-billion-dollar down payment on owning the future of delivery.
Okay, let's get into it. This is the whole thing in a nutshell. On one side, you have the headline everyone sees, earnings mess. Simple, maybe a little concerning. But on the other side, that's where the real story is. A complex, strategic, and, yeah, expensive plan to completely reshape the company. We're going to look right past that headline and dig into the strategy.
All right, so let's look at the numbers. Yeah, okay, they came in just a little under what Wall Street was expecting on earnings per share and revenue. A technical miss. But, and this is a huge but, look at that year-over-year revenue growth. Almost 38%. So, wait a second. How does that even work? How can you miss your targets but also be growing like an absolute rocket? That's the puzzle.
And boom, here's our answer. It comes straight from the CFO, Ravi Inakonda. He's basically telling everyone, hey, don't focus on this quarter's profit. We are investing. We're spending this cash on purpose. This isn't a stumble. It's a deliberate strategy. So the real question is, where is all that money going? Well, it breaks down into three enormous bets on the future.
First up, bet number one. They are going global in a massive way. And the centerpiece of this entire international push is their huge acquisition of Deliveroo, a major delivery company in Europe. You know, this isn't just planting a flag in a new country. This is like buying the whole kingdom. And get this massive global bet is already showing some seriously strong signs of life. Since the acquisition, Deliveroo is actually growing faster than it was before. It's gobbling up market share in its biggest European markets, and the unit economics, basically the profit on each order, are getting better across the board. It's hitting its financial targets right out of the gate. Just how strong of a start are we talking about? Well, this number pretty much says it all. $200 million. That's how much DoorDash is already projecting the Deliveroo acquisition will contribute in earnings for 2026. This proves their global expansion is a well-oiled financial engine, not just some speculative land grab. That confidence is coming directly from the top. The CEO, Tony Zhu, is confirming that they're getting faster growth without giving up the profit they had planned for. So bet number one, going global, is already looking like a big winner. All right, let's move on to the second pillar of their plan. DoorDash is aggressively expanding beyond just delivering your dinner. Their vision is to deliver not just your pizza, but your groceries, your pharmacy items, your retail shopping, basically anything and everything in your city. And this is not some far-off dream. It is happening right now. Nearly a third of all DoorDash customers are already ordering from categories outside of restaurants. That is a profound shift in how people are using the app, and it proves their strategy to become an everything store for local commerce is getting some serious traction. This chart really shows that shift perfectly. While restaurants are still the core of the business at 70%, that 30% slice for new verticals like grocery and retail, that's substantial, and it's growing fast. This is clearly no longer a side project for them, but a core part of their identity. And they've put a hard deadline on making this new venture pay for itself. They have a very ambitious, very public goal to make their entire retail and grocery business profitable on a per-order basis by the second half of this year. For a segment that's growing this quickly, that is a really bold target. And once again, the CFO confirmed this publicly. This isn't just some vague hope. It's an official expectation they've shared with investors. It signals a deep, deep confidence in the efficiency they're building into this huge new market. Okay, so we've covered global expansion and we've covered category expansion. The third and final bet is the most futuristic of them all, building the underlying technology for all of local commerce. Their ambition is to become the essential operating system that powers on-demand everything. So what does building an operating system actually mean? Well, it comes down to two huge tech investments. First, they are unifying all of their global technology onto one single platform. This is going to dramatically speed up their development. Second, they're pushing hard into automation with things like their autonomous vehicle, the DoorDash Dot, all with the long-term goal of making delivery cheaper and way more efficient. But the key idea here isn't just about building robots. It's about building the brain that controls them. This platform is being designed to manage a mixed fleet of human dashers and autonomous vehicles, intelligently matching the right delivery to the right vehicle to maximize efficiency across the entire network. Ultimately, CEO Tony Zhu distills this entire tech strategy down to one powerful vision. He says they're not just a food app. They are building the software, the logistics, and the automation that will allow any local business to compete in an on-demand world. Okay, let's step back for a second and look at the whole chessboard. When you see all these different investment pieces laid out, you realize that all that spending in Q4 wasn't random at all. It was a calculated, super high stakes, but very cohesive gamble on the future. So let's connect all the dots. That earnings miss we started with wasn't a failure. It was the direct cost of their three-pronged strategy. It was the cost of going global with Deliveroo, the cost of expanding beyond restaurants into all of local commerce, and the cost of building the futuristic tech needed for long-term dominance. But here's the most crucial point. These are not three separate gambles. They are all interconnected pillars of one audacious vision. Each part strengthens the others, and they are all aimed at a single massive goal: to own the entire future of on-demand delivery. Which leaves us with the big open question. By trading today's profits for this massive long-term vision, is DoorDash brilliantly building the future of local commerce right before our very eyes? Or is this a high-stakes bet where their ambition is simply growing faster than their business can actually sustain? That is the multi-billion-dollar question at the heart of their story today.